Hello, hello. It's Quentin with the Fashion Doll. Welcome or welcome back to the channel, honey. We're gonna do something a little different today. I don't think I've done a video like this before. Unless you're living under a rock, I'm sure you know that the Cowboy Carter Tour has started. Beyonce's tour to support her most recent album, which is not a country album, but a Beyonce album that has some country, bluegrass, folk, elements from these different genres. And the theme of the tour is the Chitlin Circuit. So she's only traveling to cities that would have been a part of the Chitlin Circuit. Stunning. So we're gonna get into the fashions, honey. What to wear to Cowboy Carter? Because I've seen some of the outfits, and no shade to the girls, but they're all giving the same. A lot of the same.
Oh, just as I thought. Trash.
Everyone looks Western, giving cowboy. Just fine. It's called Cowboy Carter. But I just want to get into it. But before we get into it, honey, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the Fashion Doll. I talk about fashion dolls, home decor plats, and more. Yes, honey, get into it. Also, if you're a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, I will be covering RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10 with my brother Cameron Parker. But let's get into it. I want to let the girls know. See, when you watch a video from the Fashion Doll, I'm going to give you some information. You're going to get some knowledge, some education. We're not just being silly and hating over here, okay? But for those who don't know, the Chitlin Circuit was a network of entertainment venues that provided a space for African American musicians, comedians, and other entertainers during the Jim Crow era in the United States. It served as a crucial platform for Black artists and audiences during a period of racial segregation when they were often excluded from mainstream venues. Just some other details. The Chitlin Circuit emerged in the early 20th century, primarily in the South and Midwest, as a way for Black performers to find work and audiences in an era of segregation. Circuit included a variety of venues, including theaters, nightclubs, juke joints, and even some churches that catered to African American patrons. Yes, honey, we love to see it and hear it. Many iconic Black musicians, including Aretha Franklin, Sam Cooke, Tina Turner, and James Brown, got their start or performed extensively on the Chitlin Circuit. So we love this. Beyonce is paying homage, to Black performers before her and Black performers that may have also been in the genres that she's playing in. Okay, so y'all heard me mention seeing the LA shows and what the audiences were wearing. People were looking cute, they didn't look bad. I am getting a little tired of seeing everyone in a cowboy hat and some chaps or some fringe. When I went to the Renaissance tour, I look Western. My family's from the South. So like me wearing a cowboy hat or chaps or whatever is not foreign to me. I grew up with my great uncles and grandfather and father wearing cowboy boots and hats and a cane with coins and jewels and just a bunch of random country shit. So this is not new to me. So because I look Western for Renaissance, I didn't want to look Western for Cowboy Carter. Um, and again, you may have heard me use this phrase on the Cosmetic Corner, and then I have a series on my channel called Design Story. But this is going to be my fashion story, honey. So I was being cerebral, who Susie 2 thinks she is. And I was thinking, okay, Beyonce is coming to Chicago, where I'm from. And if you don't know this, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the Midwest, a big music city. If it was during the Jim Crow era and Beyonce was coming to see me, what would I wear? So I was, one of my favorite lines and songs from the album is Bodyguard. So you may have noticed the shirt I'm wearing. It says, I give you kisses in the back seat, honey, from Bodyguard. You can purchase this shirt on my Etsy. I will put the link in the description. Um, the shirt is a full long sleeve shirt. I just cropped mine because this is how I am wearing this to the concert. So I said, okay, I what would I wear if I was in Chicago during that era? And I knew I wanted to use lyrics from this song. So I was like, what about a mechanic? I'm kind of referencing a car. Let's do something mechanic inspired. So I was like, ooh, the coveralls or the jumpsuits have been kind of trending, and workwear in general is trending. So I'm like, stunning. I can be, look fashion forward, be comfortable, because I wasn't sure what the weather was going to be, given that it's Chicago and I'm seeing her on May 15th. I didn't know what the weather was going to be. I wanted to be comfortable and I didn't want to look like everyone. So I said, okay, let's do a Dickies coverall. Let's design a shirt. And I think my typeface is giving, I forgot the name of the typeface, but it's giving kind of like a Western vibe, but not too much. I feel like this is more so giving like Midwest, a little folky. So then I knew I wanted something else on my coverall. I did get a jumpsuit. You know what also lives rent free in my head is Charlie XCX. Her video to 360, and she has on a jumpsuit that's belted. So I found this Dickies coverall. I'm really into embroidery. And if you don't know this watching at home, I am a graphic designer, so I designed this. So I was like, let's get the coverall embroidered too. So I went and got the back of my coverall embroidered, which looks stunning. Yes, I'm not gonna put it on because I don't want to give away my full look. But I think you're starting to get the picture here, what I have going on. So we're getting a little mechanic vibe, a little Charlie XCX, a little a little motorcycle tease with the flames. And I wanted to use the flame motif because I feel like that's a motif that you do see in Western country aesthetics, but also can lend itself to other things. Um, and just to give my aesthetic a name for the concert, I'm more so giving rockabilly more so than Western. And for the girls watching at home, um, just a little blurb on what rockabilly is. Rockabilly is a subgenre of rock and roll that emerged in the mid 1950s in the American South. It's characterized by a blend of country, blues, and rhythm and blues elements, creating a high energy, fast paced sound. Rockabilly's instrumentation often includes acoustic guitar, upright bass, electric guitar, frequently with a distinct studio echo effect. Beyonce kind of references some rockabilly artists on the album, such as Chuck Berry. So Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Fats Domino, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe are some rockabilly artists. But if we just think of the aesthetic, think of like greasers, think of Rosie the Riveter and We Can Do It. Definitely think of like the red bandanas. So yes, taking some elements from country, but because I'm from the Midwest, I wanted to do my own spin, honey. So that's my fashion story. You know, I am the fashion doll. Just for my accessories. And again, I'm not showing y'all my complete look. You'll have to follow me on Instagram at the fashion doll, honey. Or maybe come back to my page the day of to see my complete look. I found these sunglasses, which are giving some devil vibes with the horns, get into the tail, just to play with my flames. For my piece of resistance, I love a bag. I love the bag in the shape of something. I love the fun kind of costume kitschy bags that Chanel does. And I kind of had there was a missile or a rocket ship bag that Chanel did some years ago, and that was kind of in my head. I was looking to see if I could find like a gas can bag or something that went along with me being a mechanic. And then I was like, "Ooh, I think I've seen purses made out of license plates before." So I Googled license plates bag. A whole bunch came up on Etsy and on eBay because I guess these were popular in the 90s. It's a company called Little Earth. So the one that I was originally looking at was like a hunter green. It sold out and I was pressed. I was like, it's okay. I went on eBay and I found this one on eBay. Stunning. It's a Japanese license plate, which I love because when Cowboy Carter came out, Beyonce went to Japan to promote it. So I was like, oh, this is stunning. It goes with my color scheme. It's still, look, I have my plastic poncho because I'm ready for the weather, honey. Ain't about to rain on my parade. But yes, honey, I got this. She is cute. Um, this, I should be fine carrying this. This is under the size limit for a bag if it's not clear, so I shouldn't have any issues. But just for my accessories, so you kind of see my story that's going on. But I am very excited to go to the Cowboy Carter show. She has my nieces out on stage performing with her. We're excited to see them. Um, I'm not wearing cowboy boots. I am wearing some Doc Martin mules. At first, I was going to do a biker boot. I'm going to do some mules because I want to be comfortable. And then, you know, I am wearing a belt, which I'm waiting on. That's the last thing I ordered. It's going to be 85 in Chicago that day, but of course, at nighttime, it's not going to be as warm. But if I do get warm, my plan is to take down my jumpsuit and just have my crop top out and expose give the girls a little midriff. But yes, just wanted to help the girls out with getting their looks together. And maybe you two are a person that doesn't want to look like everyone else. So, you know, just think about the time when the Chitlin Circuit was, you know, like actually active during the Jim Crow era, and think about the city you're in and maybe what you would have been wearing during that time. I think that's a different take, um, a different way to think about your fashion story, honey, for the concert. But you have to be stunning to go see the Queen. You know, if you grew up in church like I did, when you go to see the King, meaning God or Jesus, you got to be stunning to go see the king. So you got to be stunning to go see the queen, honey. You got to be stunning to go see my sister. But yes, honey, don't be jealous and don't copy off of me, hoes. Hopefully I make something, make the website. But yes, honey, I give you kisses in the back seat. I whisper secrets in the back beat. Yes, honey, get into it. Again, purchase your bodyguard tee on my Etsy. This is the original colorway in the butter yellow. I do have it in some other colors and a different color embroidery. But get into it. Hello, hello. It's Quentin from the future. I just wanted to come back and add some details to this video. It was very warm the night of my concert. I went on the first night here in Chicago. And because it was so warm, my crop top that I was planning on wearing under my jumpsuit. I had to wait until like once we got there and I got really hot and I took my jumpsuit down and then put on my shirt. It did rain for our show and it was delayed, but it was still stunning. We had a stunning time. We didn't get out till like 1 o'clock. Took like an hour to walk back to the car. Um, I had another snafu with my wardrobe. My bag that I brought was a metal bag, and I looked online about the details. So my bag fit the size requirement, but because it was metal, I could not take it in, and I was very upset. But luckily, I was able to hide my bag in some grass, or like in some shrubbery, and I got it back at the end of the night. I bought this shirt, part of the merch from her merch truck. There were two specific items for Chicago. This being one of them, it has the cities on the back, but Chicago is kind of big. And then she had a little patch, which I actually didn't know they had. I saw that online. So if you're seeing this before you go, make sure you pay attention to what's specific for your city or for Chicago. Um, is there anything else I would add? I ran into OBO Jones, if you guys know him. And he complimented my hair, and I saw he just recently got engaged. I didn't know that his boyfriend. It seems like he lives in Chicago, or they taped the show in Chicago. I didn't know the people be in Chicago, but I thought that was stunning. And he was so nice. I love when I meet people from social media. They're very nice. It was a lovely night. I got compliments all night. People kept saying they love my jumpsuit. One lady told me congratulations because I told her I made it. But yes, it was a stunning night, lovely tour. I almost would say I think I may enjoy Cowboy Carter more than Renaissance, only because she does a lot of the songs for Renaissance too, and she just covers so much ground. But it was a stunning experience. I was glad I wasn't looking like everyone else, and I did not have on a cowboy hat. You do get a wristband, and while you're there, it has the lights on it. They took the light, but I do still have my wristband. But yes, it was a stunning concert and tour. I don't know how the people go to multiple nights, but that is stunning for y'all. But that's all Future Quentin wanted to add. Mwah. To it. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you out. Help you get your fashions together for the concert. Because do not be tacky. And don't look like everybody else, honey. You could do something different. You could do it, honey. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie. Please subscribe to the Fashion Zone. Comment, like, and share. Share this. Share this with one of your friends. Share this down to the Instagram on your X on your Twitter. Okay? And I will see you all soon. Ta ta.